In Ayrshire, I feel that golf was accessible to everybody pretty much everywhere. Courses of various sizes and standards through this mosaic of natural farmland and the industrial towns. There's about 15 miles of the coastline from Irvine to Ayr, where they say that a good golfer will be able to hit a ball from one course to the other without deviating. Courses that go all the way down the coast, right through the middle of Troon. And I think the beauty of that is that the landscape, both coastal and inland, but the landscape really works within the structure of the towns as well. It really is, as a sport, accessible to everybody who stays in this part of Scotland. My name is Mark Hogarth. I am brand ambassador at Harris Tweed Hebrides. Tweed has been woven in Outer Hebrides for hundreds of years. Of course, the systems, the processes, the machinery became modernised throughout the 19th century. And as you got into the late 1800s, the commercial potential of Harris Tweed, whereby the fabric was seen to be something that you could really make a top sartorial product. And the reason for that is Harris Tweed was made to defeat the elements. The Outer Hebrides of Scotland's one of the most beautiful parts of the world, but it can be quite bleak, it can be very, very windy, very, very wet. So the fabric itself had to be woven in a way that made it really weather conscious. So I knew about Askernish, the old Tom Morris design course out in Outer Hebrides, and that was almost quite iconic. But when you looked at the photos, it was quite obvious that they were wearing Harris Tweed. I think when you've got a natural story like that, it's something that you can then get onto. Speaking to FootJoy, realising the quality of their product, but also the heritage and that commitment to a single product. And the commitment's split in two ways, which I think is very similar to Harris Tweed. It's a commitment which states that you want to honour your past, but it's also a commitment to the future as well, and to continually have iterations in your product and your process that makes you as a brand ultimately better and possibly the best. We're always looking for a story and a narrative that ties together FootJoy and Harris Tweed, and of course the incredible landscapes where golf courses of a high level tend to be. For Troon, it was actually quite an easy one. I, coming from Ayrshire, was always aware of the course here and aware of the postage stamp, and I was looking at colours first obviously, but then the design came to me. I spoke to our young designer, and he, without knowing much about golf, told me that the pattern repeat is 18 picks. And just to have that pattern repeat on this crosshatch style of a pattern, or basket weave as we call it. So the basket weave has 18 picks and looks like a postage stamp. And for me, that became the easy choice. Firstly, I always go for colour. So although that looks like there is just the two yarns, I can tell you that that dark royal blue will be a melange of probably 3 different yarn colours. And that will be the same with the lighter blue as well. Harris Tweed is famous for our blending. So we blend multiple levels of colour just to get that depth. I think the shoe has come out incredibly well. I was really confident about the colour and the weave on this pattern, but of course then getting that onto the shoe and how it fits in terms of the scale and the balance is always the most difficult thing, but I think it really does look quite incredible. The craft around the laces is really quite exceptional, and just this angulation as well. I think it's actually turned out quite phenomenal.